problem.
Okay,
it's not a problem at all.
Welcome to Angela's Cash's The Word of Their Testimony, and introducing to those of you that haven't met him, a friend, a cyberspace friend who goes by the nickname Jesus. So when I sometimes quote, and Jesus said so-and-so, I'm talking about my friend here who got that nickname in his teenage years. So Jesus, this is not the risen Christ or a claim to be the Messiah. It's just somebody who's done some great work with particularly and recently the Hampstead case, connected to Finchley Road, connected to Hollycroft Avenue, connected to money laundering. I did a video in the past, I think it was entitled Al Capone and Ricky Dearman ? I don't mind which way we uncover this ring in Hampstead, London, as long as the children are rescued. So Jesus brought a whole new dimension. We have had Anon's work on the case before in exposing Hoaxstead research and Karen Irving and the whole little coven that was operating there, and you know, Heads Up to Hope Girl and Spidercat Web and different Anons that did fantastic work with that. And Jesus has kind of picked up the baton and taken it level after level after level deeper with that, and brought it to what we suspected all along was this is a globally connected, not just Hampstead, London, not just London, UK, but London, America, London, Philippines, London, Thailand, London, Ireland, and so on. It really is a global cabal. So I'm going to ask you, do you want to share some of the, Jesus has made another video, because the videos he presents are mostly factual to what you would call computer geeks. Sorry, computer geeks that can see what, you know, this goes here and that goes there and it's an onion and so on. And what I'm trying to do is bridge between my generation or my kind of perspective and the genius that is the younger generation of tech whiz kids. So what I was going to ask, you can start sharing. I'm going to mostly let you speak for a while, Jesus. And if you feel, Jesus has made another video to be premiered, I think at what time tonight is the premiere?
6 o'clock UK time.
Yeah, UK time, 6 p.m. tonight. Jesus is going to premiere another video on Hampstead and the connections. But I'm also hoping he's going to share little snippets of it on here and maybe explain it. And his YouTube channel is UK Fraud and Corruption.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yes, okay, so I'll put links for that in the description box of this. And if you are listening to this before 6 p.m. UK time, you can tune in live. And if not, I'll still put the link so that you can watch that video on replay. But over to you. Let me, I'll just summarize for anybody new to this. In 2014, August, Gabriel and Lisa Gariva Dearman disclosed in about 24 to 30 videos about satanic ritual abuse at the hands of their father, their headmaster, their headmistress, the priest at the school, other parents at the school, social workers, police, and others. They talked in great detail of what is textbook satanic ritual abuse. Then the mother and stepfather went to a policeman informally. He was a brother-in-law of the stepfather, and he passed it on, and sadly it ended up with Steve Martin, DC Steve Martin, who has gone on to prosecute many campaigners and whistleblowers of the case. Then the police retraction videos were released. I don't think it was released. I don't think it was the police that leaked them online, but I couldn't be sure. They were also accessible to the mother and her legal team, so who knows who leaked those. But the police retraction videos, the IOPCC upheld a complaint that DC Martin appeared to lead the children in their retractions. And also John Wedger said they were an absolute, you know, he's taught coppers how to interview sexual abuse children survivors, and he said it was a shambles as well. So so the children have been taken into care. The mother's access was reduced, the father's access was increased. The headmistress, who'd been named by the children, was included in the emergency care plan meeting, and the whole thing was covered up with a 12-day fact-finding mission, which didn't even access all the disclosure videos, which were locked up in a police storage unit in Chingford in Essex or something. She didn't even look at those. There was a belated attempt by Scotland Yard to appear to do a bit more investigating, but it was wholly managed, stage managed, and inadequate. So the children have been missing, and you know, either in custody of the father, or he has unlimited unsupervised access. They sprung up again in 2018, where he put them in the public eye on an eBay promotional video. But other than that sighting and a couple of random sightings around Brighton, most people don't know where the children are or how the children are. And the mother fled the country as 9 policemen hammered at the door, you know, and looked like she was going to be disappeared. So over to you, Jesus. That's just as much of an overview as I can give. And you start showing us what you found connected to the father, Ricky Dearman.
So thank you, Angela, for having me on. I'm just gonna show a little bit of information here. I'll also show my YouTube channel, so some of your viewers and the audience can see the channel, so they know I'll have an indication of where to go to. What I'm showing here on my screen is a C++ document, and this C++ document, it's all what I've pulled from the website. Well, from while I've been searching. I'm just going to get this website here up for you and just show the viewers and the audience. This is how one of the pieces of evidence how we've come across and found this information, where it leads to. But before I just show that, I'm just gonna read out something. The key words of in the dark web of where the evidence is. I'm going to read them out, and I've done this in the videos as well, the step-by-steps for people to view. I'll just give you the key words of how we found it and what we've used. So the first one is Lighthouse Media New York, then we've got Lighthouse, then we've got New York itself, Lighthouse New York, Lighthouse Media, and then we've got Hampstead and Christchurch.
Right.
And then I'll just go down the list anyway, because this is how it is. And this was the token thing in the box which it's taken from, and it says underneath on the bottom line, it says the Onion link, it's the Mirror, it says read only mirrors, and this is from the dark web where it's taken from, and it states there on the bottom, abusing young children, baby snuff films, Hampstead, apoplectonic, and that's all. And then it says on the same line, paedophile, brevity codes, homophobic codes, like that. So this is in the dark web from where we found the information, and all I did was this company, Lighthouse Media Group, which is based in London and New York, and this is the same address as Ricky Dearman and Ella Draper.
Can you just zoom to make the text a bit larger? Is that possible on your end? Thank you.
Is that better, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Even if you can go a little bit bigger would be great, so people can see it.
Give me a second. There you go.
Yeah, that's great.
So you've got the address there, yeah?
Yeah.
2 addresses are there. And you've got his emails here, previous emails.
And this is publicly sourced information. We're not doxing anybody. This is on Company's House. Am I correct?
This company is on Companies House, but most importantly, it's on the Internet Archive. It's in a public domain and it's on the Wayback Machine. So anybody who says that, oh, you are releasing people's information, this information's been in the Wayback Machine for since God knows how long. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you can't be done for anything which is in a public domain. Can't be done for it.
Yeah.
And that's how these people, as you know, are trying to have people and whistleblowers done for information which is in a public domain.
Yeah. And they're public figures. You know, I think hundreds of millions of people have seen the children's disclosure videos, and the father put himself and the children back in the public eye through eBay. And he's an actor, you know, with an IMDb. So he's been on Victoria Derbyshire. He's put himself in the public eye repeatedly.
Got that as well.
Yeah.
I've got that.
The other thing I wanted to say was, my information is he's not actually residing at that address anymore, although he is using it for business reasons. Is that correct?
Well, anything at this moment is possible.
Okay, all right. Keep going with the facts.
What we've been told is, right, because Barbara Kahan, you know of Barbara Kahan, some of the audience may know of Barbara Kahan, and 788 790 Finchley Road, Peter Wrighton, Lord Janner, all them people. Yeah. Lord Janner before had the house in West Hampstead.
Right.
Do you remember? And the schoolboys and the schoolboys where they're abusing the young children at the schools.
Yeah, we have to say allegedly because that's still being heard by ICSA, although I think ICSA, the International Inquiry into Child Sexual Abuse, ended all their inquiries, having spent multiple millions. Everybody else is finding a way to keep working online, but they've suspended their inquiries as far as I understand.
Do you want to know something?
Yeah.
There's a public domain article. I'm not coming off point on this because this is all referenced because these people are all linked in 788 790 Finchley Road.
Yeah.
This is how the fraud starts via the companies, because to the audience, the fraud leads to money laundering, the money laundering leads to cover-ups and child abuse.
Yes. And if I can just give an overview of that as well, because I've studied that and interacted with a lot of survivors, met them face to face over the years in the UK. And Peter Wrighton is one of the most infamous, renowned paedophiles whose curriculum book is still taught to social workers training in child protection. And Barbara Wrighton, if you look up her obituary or her Wikipedia, is hailed as an advocate for children. And this whole side of her life with 25,000, 68,000, how many, whatever companies registered to one little address in Finchley Road, and her connection. The only thing we had stumbled upon was her connection to Peter Wrighton. And she was asked on camera, you know, how would you have been such close friends with such an active paedophile and not known about it? And she, you know, distanced herself and said, oh, well, we weren't bosom pals. You know, I might have had lunch with him the odd time. You know, a little bit like Butler Schloss saying that she just went to dinner occasionally with Leon Britton when he was to be one of the objects of investigation of the ICSA. So she was appointed as chair, being a close neighbour, great friend of his wife's, and a dinner guest in his home. And this is Leon Britton that lost the dossier of 91 pages from a British MP. So we're talking about Trojan horse infiltration. Let me just finish this chain of thought. We're talking about paedophiles or child traffickers or apologists for the same being placed deliberately and strategically in positions of power, like Patricia Hewitt, like Harriet Harman, like Tony Blair, like Margaret Hodge, like Peter Wrighton, like the head of MI6, Carl Beech's stepfather, like Sir Peter Heyman, Mandelson. You can go on, the list is vast of convicted paedophiles in positions of power, especially regarding child protection services, children's homes, and social work policies around vulnerable children. This is infiltration, Trojan horse, strategic placements of the highest order. So Barbara Kahan, whilst parading as a saint in the field of childcare, let's hear what her other activities were. We've already identified some of her paedophile convicted associates.
I'm just while you're speaking, I'm just showing this the public domain article on the Daily Mail, right? This is in a public domain, right? And it tells you about Lord Janner at the school in Hampstead. It states there, right? Mm-hmm. Go straight down, and it even shows the person here, the ring who it was led by, and it's got the person's name and the picture in the public domain. And it states there, the ring led by politics teacher Michael Denson, pictured was sensationally exposed in 2004 by the writer-entrepreneur Jonathan Self, who attended the school with his brother Will, the novelist.
Wow. So this has been going back decades, and that's corroborated by emails I've shared in the past. There was a young man, I think in his 30s, called Aaron Dover. And he contacted me and said, I attended Christchurch Primary and my mother was a social worker and there was child trafficking going on connected to Hampstead Christchurch School when I was a kid. And he said, I then went into hedge fund, high finance business, and I uncovered a vast amount of corruption. And he said, I chose to blow the whistle on it and I got sectioned. I got maliciously sectioned twice, and in the end, I walked away from my inheritance and everything I had. I lost my wife, my children, my business, everything, and I ran away to Thailand. And sadly, Hampstead Research got to him, twisted his head, told him not to trust the Hampstead Research crew, which included me, and drove him. They trolled him so badly that he made videos threatening to set me on fire. They told him I was everything they are. They accused me and others at Hampstead Research of being, and he allegedly committed suicide. But I have the emails where he said to me, child trafficking was going on when I was a student at Hampstead Christchurch. And he was in his 30s telling me this. So that absolutely lines up. The same school had a history of, there was a teacher prosecuted and convicted of pedophilia, and a group of parents campaigned to have him get a very light sentence and possibly get reinstated. They said it was wonderful and it must have been just a one-off, and they all supported him 100% and wanted him back. So yeah, this goes back decades.
It does. It goes back. It definitely sure does, because this is the critical point of where we are now. Like it's like I know that some of the people may not understand it, but this is the whole point of simplifying now, because the 788 790 Finchley Road connection is the source of how the illegal operation, or I should say professional criminal enterprises, because these people are professionals and they've been doing it throughout time. And I know it's bad to say that word, but where does professionalism come from? Yeah. If it's legal or illegal and you're getting away with it, you are classed as an expert or a professional. Am I wrong or am I right? That's exactly what these people are doing, but you're being illegal complicitly about it.
Yeah. Go back to your screen sharing and I'll try not to interrupt you. Just keep touching on things that I know from meeting survivors.
Right, give me a second then.
So Lighthouse Media is a company. Is it still visible on Companies House as director or secretary Ricky Dearman?
Right, give me a second.
Has he scrubbed it?
Lighthouse Media, London. How you doing this, John? So, signal. 2 minutes from just doing it. There you go, and it's still there. Okay. His name's still there.
Okay.
Still all there. And what I'll do is, right, watch this while we're here. We'll do it another way for you. I'll take this company number, right?
Yeah.
There's charges. He's got one outstanding charge, yeah? There you go, from 2009. HSBC Bank, fixed floating up. It's all there, right?
So when you say a charge, that means they are, what does that mean? What do you understand that to mean?
There's an outstanding charge where money's owed. Like, watch, I'll give you this one here on secret basis. Oh, look at this, the band he got my IP address banned. That's how terrible he is.
Wow.
You see what I mean? And that ain't even my IP address. You get there? That ain't even my IP address.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do is, right, while we're here, right, I'll just load up Tor browser and I'll get it up for you. That ain't even my IP address.
Oh my goodness.
That's how sad it is. It's not even my IP that he got it banned.
How dangerous you are to them. And the same, I think you found that they tried to clean up the Wayback Machine. They tried to disappear themselves as well, didn't you?
And that's all in my videos. You get there? Okay. All in my videos. I'll just wait for this to load up and I'll get secret bases up for you.
Okay.
Because what happened was, look at this man. Would be doing this though, wouldn't it? He's banned my IP address purposely because this information is no different from company's house. It's only on secret basis.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's thought, oh well, this is fun. This is fun. Come on. See, I can't even get to it.
Okay, but you have got to it in the video that you're going to share later on.
Yeah, I've got it all there. What I'll do is, right, I'll give you this document and I'll show the document on the screen.
Okay.
And this is what you call a folder, right?
Yep.
And when he sees this folder,
at the moment, I'm only seeing the Zoom start video.
There you go. Now,
yeah.
Now this here is his folder, right? This is a folder just for him, right?
Yeah.
And as you can see, all the evidence is in there. Yeah, there's lists and there's lists and lists of everything. His companies. Here, look, there we go. Secret bases has come up. We copy that. Give me a second. Notepad. We just drop that there. Where is it? Top secret link. There we go. Now here we go. These are all of this is all of the information, and I've got it all here. Lighthouse Media.
Right, maximise that and slow down a bit with the scrolling. Just maximise that and slow, because this is what he's gone to great trouble to stop you accessing. It's like playing cat and mouse. You know, if he has nothing to hide, why would he get Jesus' IP address banned, and why would he try and scrub the Wayback Machine? People have to ask themselves. I think it was Kat that coined the phrase, if you don't prove a case in the initial investigation, it will be proved by the efforts put into the cover-up.
Here we go.
Some people that didn't believe the original evidence, they've watched the cover-up and the trolling, and they've said, I don't need to ask anymore. I know that you are covering up the truth. There we go. Well done.
There you go. I've got it up there.
Wow.
On Tor, it's not a problem. So there's his address. There's the company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you go. There's his name. You come down here. This man, it says accounts filed, no papers. Accounts last made up, not applicable. Last accounts next due by the 7th, 2009, December. There's nothing being filed. No accounts have been filed there. It states last return, 7th, 2009. Next annual, 7th of March, 2010. He's not filed no papers.
Right, but it's still functioning. Now show us, if you can just, before we go on to the other deeper connections that you found, can you just briefly show us how he's tried to scrub the Wayback Machine?
So basically, right, this is the Wayback Machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while we're here, it says these are all the websites.
Right.
So you've got your personal website, you've got Ricky Damon Blogspot, you've got Viagra Bez Rectice, pharmaceutical or whatever he's trying to be, vegan weight loss blog, losing weight intentionally, losing weight intentionally. I don't know what this one is, it's Beats. Then we've got Anna Super, it's German, Annette Super or Dutch. Then we've got Supreme Master TV, free porn search engine. We've got Nyla Stallings. We've got Akari HMI. We've got Holly Bands, Bale Bonds, which is in America, and Tristan Lutricious, right?
Wow. And then, of course, we have to add slime in somewhere, but that's probably under a different domain. But
sorry to interrupt you. I'm just going to tell you, right? This is the link on the Wayback Machine, right?
Okay.
On the web archive. There is no Lighthouse Project on here, yeah?
Although
no
they're all connected, Supreme Master TV, that's all connected to Ricky Dimmer, but carry on.
Yeah, like this is all his thing on here, but this link, which I've got here, which is already in the Wayback Machine,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's not on this page. So what I'm going to do is, right, watch what I show you.
Okay.
My computer stopped being an arse. Website details. Because there's so much stuff in here.
I know.
But there you go. And there's the, let me just zoom this out. If you wanted it from another angle, the Lighthouse Project, there you go. When it comes up. You want it from another angle?
Yeah, how you demonstrate. Yeah, there you go. Wow.
So you've got it there from 4 different angles, right?
Right.
You've got that then. So what I'll do is, I'm just trying to find you that website. Is it the website? The website details. There's a screenshot of it. It's in gold.
So you can find it on the Wayback Machine if you access it in a certain way. But if to a normal researcher new to this, it wouldn't show him and wouldn't show up.
Yeah, there you go. So here we go. Here's the first screenshot. Look, same thing. Wayback Machine, Lighthouse Media, Humpty Dumpty.
Okay.
They wasn't there before, so you can see, and they're in the video itself.
Yeah.
He's removing his stuff. Why are you panicking for?
Yeah, exactly. If there's nothing to hide. Okay, tell us. Can you connect it up to going outside of the UK, or what? Where do you want to go with this next?
Well, let me get these off a minute. I'll get you to whichever way you want to go. I can. I've got my YouTube. I'll get you the thing up first so you can see the YouTube channel.
This is why General Flynn says things like, we have an army of digital soldiers and we have it all. There's nowhere to hide. In this day of the internet, although it hosts horrors like child snuff movies,
so this is
also leaves a digital footprint everywhere.
Yeah, it does. So this, I don't know what's going on with my picture. There we go. So this is the channel which I'm using. The two other channels are the one with the blue eye is the blue in it. That's the main channel with the fraud. The fraud and corruption with the light green eye is the other part of the channel where I'm taking the playlist from, because he attacked my two channels purposely. Why attack my channel if you're guilty?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And can I just ask you why you've used a one eye symbol on your logo?
because we all live in the matrix, and the green eye is everybody is living in that matrix, and everything means that there is a code running everywhere. Digital footprints, deja vu means something's taking effect or changing. Are you aware to spot it with your eye in the matrix that we live in, the actual illusion?
Okay, so we're not Illuminati. We've cleared that up.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay, right. Take it away. Show me what you want to show us. This for my audience is mind blowing. I mean, I know I'm older than some. I do have some younger followers. I do, but this to us that are not tech wizards. Not wizards, but very gifted in that area. This is mind-blowing, this stuff. But this just validates what we've been saying from pure evidence from the children and from other survivors and from research. So this is just a whole new technical element to the conviction we all have that we believe the children.
So what I'm showing here is the video on my YouTube, what we've just seen on Lighthouse Media, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And all I've done is I'm highlighting the things, Lighthouse Media Group.
Yeah.
You'll see it in a minute. I'm just, because, and it says they're embracing the world through digital, expert digital media. There's all of this stuff, what we've just seen.
Yeah.
What we just skipped past this bit. Yeah, oh no, actually, you can see it because it shows me going. It showed me on the Wayback Machine itself to what we'd just been.
All right.
Yeah, there you go, look.
Yeah, so there it is, okay. So maybe skip forward a bit because we've already covered that.
Right, so I'll get past this bit, right?
Yeah.
So there, we've already seen the company house document, and we've seen all this, which is already on the screen.
Yep.
All of this, right? And it's going back through. So when it gets past this bit, when it gets past this bit in the video, I've taken all the highlighted keywords out.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to pause it here, right? Because this is the bit where we're at anyway. I'll just show you. Here's me typing in the keyword Lighthouse Media, New York, and I've got this. Yeah, and I've already got all this already in the document.
Okay.
So I've got all this already in the document, as you can see. Just show you viewers again. The keywords are all there. All on the screen just here.
Right.
All here from this onion, and that's the onion on the dark web, which I'm searching in. And as you can see, I'm showing the search. And it shows there on the screen. This is all mixed in. The New York Times is there. And this is what's in. This is what I showed next in the video. Do you feel me?
Yep.
And all I'm doing is I'm breaking the step by steps down. And as you can see, that's what the nastiness is in the darkness.
Yeah.
And I'm basically breaking it down here. If this is what, when it gets to it, I'll show you. If it gets to it.
Are you still there? Wow. I think I've lost connection. Still recording my end, but isn't that interesting? We've lost connection. I presume Jesus will come back in, but this will premiere by the grace of God later today, the evidence trail. And I believe somebody called Mark connects to the New York Times from the BBC. Is it the Washington Post or the New York Times? I'm just getting a message through. Excuse me. Zoom. Connection's gone. Right. Here we are. chat. I'm still here on my phone. Yeah, best party, of course it would go down there. Okay. Try and reconnect. I don't want to show private messages on chat, so I can only read them recording. So I'm going to have to wind up, I think, this part of the recording. You've got the gist of what's going on, and we'll try and do a part 2, and definitely go to UK Fraud and Corruption YouTube channel, which I'll post in the description of this. Oh, here we go. Maybe we'll get the connection back. You cannot minimize Zoom. Yeah, okay. We're getting, I don't want to, of course, the more I say that, the more, right, now I think we're going to have to, I'll try inviting again. Participants 1, look, this is so funny. I don't like blaming tech issues, but this is funny. This is not funny, but it's very common to those who are doing high-level exposure work. So we're still recording. I think the best thing we can do is to wind up this part 1, and just to say that the connections continue and link up with the New York Times, I think it is, and it goes global. I refer you to some of Terry Joyce's work on YouTube, you know, the hardest bit which we gleaned over is the reference on the dark web, child baby snuff movies. For those that don't know, snuff movies are a real thing, and the description is of children being abused and murdered on camera, and then that being sold. I think there was a famous actor said he had been invited to a party, $100,000 a head in Hollywood, the main feature of the party was a snuff movie. So I'll just end this for now. AngelasCashes.org, Fraud and Corruption UK. One last attempt to see if we can get in, but I'm gonna, yeah, I can't get back in, it killed me. Okay, right, so we'll do a part 2. Here we go. Yeah, maybe you can, look.